Hello everyone and welcome to the Clueless Internet Podcast, episode 3. I'm your host Alex. I'm joined once again by the ever-present Howard.
Omnipresent Howard.
Omnipresent. Enigmatic.
Man of the... No.
We are once again back with facts, fakes, and fuck-ups. This is the week where it's been the hottest ever. It was so hot. It wasn't the Thursday just gone. It was the Thursday before that, or
Yes.
Yes.
The week ago.
The UK 33 degrees. I was dying.
Hottest day ever. Apparently, ever on any planet, anywhere, ever.
But we were crying like bitches. But everyone else is probably used to it, like in Spain and stuff like that. But we were little bitches.
That's me.
But without further ado, let's get into Today I Learned.
Sit down and shut up.
Today I learned.
Shut up.
I learned.
Sit down, be quiet. Shut up.
Welcome. We're right into it. We'll get right
Straight
into it,
back
should I
into
say.
it.
Straight back into it. Today, Howard, I have 5 brand new facts for you that some of them I have gone into a bit more detail than I should have.
Give them to me.
But we'll start off today with Today I Learned about the Disney black market.
Oh,
Can you guess? Have you got any guesses? Any?
no, I don't want to.
Basically, it's the wealthy families in Manhattan who have figured out a way to cut in front of the long lines in Disney World.
Oh,
They've come up with their own little plan. This is done by abusing one of the rules set in Disney World. Can you guess what that rule is?
rich people can do whatever they want.
Ding, 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 ding. That is right.
What do I win?
Poverty.
Oh,
Disney allows each guest who needs a wheelchair or motorized scooter to bring up to 6 guests to a more convenient entrance.
it's a big fucking scooter.
Oh no, I thought that was 6 people. Jesus.
What?
Well, he's just sitting there going, "Oh my god,
Why?
my legs again."
Twice in the same day.
My daughter waited 1 minute to get on It's a Small World. The other kids had to wait 2.5 hours, said one of the mums. One of the rich mums. They
said my kid was too big.
This is how the 1% does Disney. And like, Jesus, like it's quite a dark way to do Disney, the black market and all. I did look into this, and apparently Disney do their own VIP tour passes. At the time of this article coming out, it was between $310 and $308 per hour.
Okay,
Just for a
what?
VIP. This isn't with hotels, accommodation, flights,
These
food,
people are insane.
everything. But so that's $310 to $380 an hour, whereas the black market guides are $130 an hour, or $1,040 for an 8-hour day.
Some guy in a trench coat.
So it's cheap as fuck, boy.
Hey, you want to see Mickey?
You want to see Mickey, kid?
I want to see my friend Mickey.
How about you take my friend with you? He's disabled. You'll jump the queues. And just because I could, I wanted to work out exactly how expensive Disney World actually is. So I worked it out for the two of us. For two standard 2-day tickets.
For 2 heterosexual males.
5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Hands, no touching hands.
Oh.
Oh.
For a standard 2-day ticket, it's £428. That's for both of us. That would be for the both of us. £428.
That's actually less than I thought it would be.
But if that's the basic bitch package, that's like
Well, I am a basic bitch.
You get nothing. For the good shit, what you want to spend £770 for the 7-day pass, and that's the good shit. I did have a look into the VIP as well.
Yo, you want some premium Disney?
You want some premium Mickey?
Oh, God.
My premium Snapchat's in the description. Not there. I did look into the VIP stuff. If you can afford it, it is quite good. You get assigned a personal host. So essentially, you get somebody just to show you around the place. You get fast passes, you reservations.
That must be the worst job ever.
Oh no, yeah, just to hang around with.
All the arseholes.
Hopefully, there's not all assholes, but yeah. So you get everything. You get basically everything done for you. You have to have a minimum of 7 hours.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I wipe your ass?
It's been 6 hours 50 minutes. I need to make up the 10 minutes. You can have up to 10 guests, so essentially it's not too bad if you've got a load of people going with you,
Yeah.
a load of your rich friends. But this is starting from £339.55 or $425 per hour, and essentially for the whole of the 7 days plus like the 7 days 7 hours with the VIP pass and the 7-day pass and all that included, it comes to a whopping £17,407.95, and for our American listeners, $21,467.48. Which is a lot of money. It makes me feel very
That's not
poor.
even including the caviar.
That's not including anything. That's not including flights, hotel, travel, anything. That's just when you get to the park. That's your tickets and the person that you have, your personal Mickey bitch.
I like to just throw my money away.
I burned mine in the yard. Just for comparison, for the black market price, it would be. These are the tickets now because I couldn't look at the price for the tickets before. It would be £770 or $963.79 for the 7-day pass, with the £843.34 or $1,040 a day for the tour guide for the
For the
person
bitch.
for the yeah.
You there? You're my bitch for this week.
If someone was going to pay me $1,040 an hour, sure, why not?
You there? I appear not to be chewing. Please
Feed me.
masticate for me. Yes.
Master what?
Exactly what you thought I said.
Oh, zip.
What do you think you're doing?
Just what you said.
Well, go on then.
I did pay a lot for this. And so for the 7 days, plus that, it would end up being £6,673.38, or for our American listeners, $8,229.61. This is a saving of approximately £10,000, £734.
That's what we tell them. That's a saving.
Or $13,000.
No, really?
It's $13,000, $237.
I'm doing you a favor.
$13,237.87 with the black market option. So you get it a hell of a lot cheaper, but you lose part of your soul. Fair trade-off, in my opinion. Fair trade-off.
And they advertise that straight up. They don't hide it.
I think so. They may have gone out of business. I'm thinking they may have gone out of business. But with that, let's move on to our second fact.
Okay.
This is today I learned how you can use fox piss.
For
You'll find out.
Yep, you can certainly use it.
You can use it for
fire
things. Basically, evergreen trees were being stolen from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln campus. So the landscaping staff came up with a way to...
Landscaping staff?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think it's more like gardeners, stuff like that. Landscape. I think it's more of a professional name. I hope I'm not butchering that. I'm sorry, landscaping staff.
They have staff. They don't contract. The fuck?
I assume. What? I don't know. It must be cheaper.
You're cheaper.
So essentially, they came up with a solution for people stealing these trees. They
just cut them all down.
no more trees.
Nice and easy.
No more oxygen. They had a mixture of fox urine, glycerin, water, and dye.
That'll get them. What?
And this was thrown on the trees. This was covered. This covered the trees essentially. I don't think they covered all of it. I think they just covered sort of the. I was just going to say just the wood.
You really think this is going to stop people cutting down our trees? Cutting down your trees?
I covered myself in it.
This is just what I do.
It's unnoticeable in colour. It's unnoticeable in cooler temperatures. In cooler. It's unnoticeable in cooler temperatures. So essentially, when it's cold and people want these for Christmas trees and stuff like that, they can't detect them. They can't smell it. They can't smell it at all. The mixture gives off a foul odor once it warms up. So I don't know if it's just for Christmas.
That's quite ingenious. Actually.
I don't know if it's just for Christmas or like whenever people steal trees year round, I guess. But once they take it from the outside back to the inside,
I've got to prop this door open. I'm gonna go get a tree.
They get a foul smell. This prevents students and others from stealing evergreens to display in their homes during the Christmas season. They advertise this facts in ads, so they didn't just hide this. They actually advertised it to people. They advertise this in ads in the Daily Nebraska or local radio stations.
Advertised how? What?
I think they must have came up with the jingle, sort of like, "Fox piss trees, please don't steal them today."
Jesus Christ, they're
What's
my
that
trees.
smell? My eyes.
Christmas.
They also have tags put on them just to warn potential thieves. It's just like, don't steal this. Your house will stink, or wherever you're taking them. Jeffrey Culberston of the UNL Landscaping Services on the East Campus. So, do they have different landscaping teams for each direction? Do they have a North Campus team? Jesus Christ.
I'm on zone A.
He said in an article that the smell is eye-watering and as rancid as if you had a cat urine all over your house.
So, standard Christmas.
Oh, sounds delicious.
Darling, what is that radiant smell? Hello, poor wife. And what is that wonderful smell?
She's just on the floor going,
I'm so poor!
where did this tree come from? One case actually saw a fraternity steal one of the trees to display in their front window. So it was one of the fraternities at the university stole the university's tree to put it in the window.
This is rather backfired.
Stupidity points go to you. They were obviously caught, but not for the fox urine. They were caught because the police just followed the drag marks. The drag marks of the tree.
Where, this tree? No, I just found it.
What?
Where?
This?
Just over there.
That was the
with
trail
the
of
other trees.
that was a trail of a dead body. I mean, a tree.
Sure, tree. Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Cuff me, bro. I'm sorry for calling you bro. Please don't shoot me.
So now you all know what to do with your trees over Christmas in case anyone steals them.
Just get yourself a fox
Just burn them.
and just
burn them.
Just burn the
You
people
might as well
who's
burn
stealing
them.
your trees.
Well, without further
It's
ado,
the only solution.
let's move on to our next fact, which is today I learned about the guy who fought for an arm.
With his other arm.
You'll find out. So this happened in the Mexico Gulf. Jesse Arbogast
Cool name.
was attacked. It is a cool name, isn't it? He was attacked by a bull shark.
Oh.
Yeah, he was attacked by a bull shark. The shark was 200 pounds and 7 foot long, so taller than us.
Speak for yourself.
It bit his arm off and bit a chunk out of his leg. But luckily, his uncle, Vance Flosnier, Flosenzier,
Not so cool name.
no, hard to pronounce.
I'm the shit one.
Also 200 pounds. This guy's also 200 pounds.
Oh, so he takes the shark on.
Well, he dragged the shark to shore by its tail.
Dragged.
He dragged the shark by its tail, which is fucking awesome.
Better than grabbing it by the face, I suppose.
I guess so. Well, that's where the sharp bits are.
That's where all the sharky bits are. Don't touch that bit.
A ranger of the Gulf came up
Said Jesus
and shot it in the face. It did. It shot it in the face.
It
The
shot
shark.
it in the face.
He or she shot the shark in the face. They actually retrieved the arm from the shark, and it was later reattached to his body.
To his other arm.
to his leg.
This is how it goes, right?
It's my first day. Lots of media
Just
coverage.
a doctor with two arms coming off at one side.
He
What?
Look at my success story. Lots of media coverage and donations came through with a lot of public outpouring for the family involved. And unfortunately, this is when an email was sent out saying that they were fishing for sharks.
Oh.
This...
He got my kill! Bastard!
It said in the email that...
I don't know why I'm doing that there, Mexican. I'm not even going to...
A holiday to Mexico, maybe?
Hey, let's go to Mexico!
It said in the email that his nephew got bit because the whole family went into the water.
Sharks!
Well, apparently they went into the water to wrestle the fish to land.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, why not?
No, yeah.
There is big money on the shark that size, and then in all caps it
Read
says...
about taking money!
Where's the money?
He's got an iPhone!
He's just got an arm!
This guy stole an arm! Get him!
It said, obviously there's big money in sharks this size, and in all caps it says, "This is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The press has spread..." And then it goes back to regular capitals. "The press has suppressed the real truth because they are afraid of it. They are afraid it will affect the contributions for Jesse and the uncle. And they are so filled with guilt. The uncle is so filled with guilt and rage for the fact that he's got 2 arms. That's so cool." "He has tried to commit suicide once already. Now it all makes sense." I don't know where.
Wait, which one tried to commit suicide?
I think
Go with sewn back on.
His uncle.
His
I
uncle.
think his uncle. He's saying that he tried to commit suicide from the guilt. Don't really know where that came from, but they
I feel so bad
they led
for
more
punching that
investigations.
shark in the face.
They led more investigations. They found no evidence, and they didn't chase. They weren't able to find who sent the email in the end. But they found no evidence.
It was the sharks.
It was the sharks.
Just trying to stir some shit up.
It was the sharks, uncle.
Bro, solved it.
Case closed.
Call me the detective shark man. Shark.
But unfortunately, Jesse lives with severe disabilities to this day, unfortunately. But he has his arm back. And he's not dead.
I keep it on my mantelpiece.
How? When they sewed it back on?
Oh, it fell off.
Oh, damn
It
it.
never worked again. Just
Anyway,
like me.
Talking about big animals, let's move on to our next fact.
Is it about bears?
Actually, sort of. Today I learned about J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh, sweet.
You know, the writer of...
No, never heard of them. Who?
The writer of SpongeBob. He,
I love him.
I love that
He's
big
such a
clown.
world builder.
J.R.R. Tolkien, obviously the writer of the Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and
SpongeBob.
And SpongeBob, if you didn't know. Don't Google that. This is just about his life. I essentially just looked into a bit of his life and just looked at a few facts of his. He would essentially go dressed to a party as a polar bear.
Oh.
I couldn't find it. It was a regular...
What kind of party?
It wasn't a dress party, I can tell you that. It was a regular dressed party, but he said, "I haven't used this outfit in a while. Might as well use it."
You read my latest book? It's got nothing to do with polar bears. Here you
It's
go.
a good read. Unfortunately, I couldn't find an image for this. There might be one out there.
But I'm making one in my mind.
Beautiful.
Aw.
He gave shopkeepers his teeth as payment.
What? Excuse
He
me?
would give his teeth. I don't know if they
Real
were
polar bear
his actual
teeth. Well, the polar bear teeth.
The polar bear's gone. The polar bear's gone at this point.
It's behind us now.
Yeah, it's dead to us. But he
That
would
was the
give
best bit of the story.
he would give shopkeepers his teeth. I don't know if they were his real teeth at the age where he would have fake teeth, or if they were just play teeth.
Mr. Tolkien, you keep paying me in teeth, but you got a full mouth.
That's my spare set.
These are the ones I punch out of my servants. I don't know why I've got an American accent. I was clearly British.
That one's for my spare mouth.
Oh, you don't want to know where it is.
You know what? I'll just take those back. He would also dress up as an axe-wielding Anglo-Saxon warrior and chase his neighbour down the street.
His neighbour wasn't in on it there.
I don't think so. I think what I'd like to imagine is neighbours just going out for the mail. You said you'd cut my lawn. And then it's just him.
Oh, that's the wrong song. Sorry.
Copyright. A student of his, because he was a teacher as well, a student of his said he could turn a lecture room into a mead hall. So essentially...
So it's a piss-up.
Yeah, essentially, I've got the cider. Who else wants to join?
You got an A for drinking. Oh, you're so good at drinking.
What was this class about again?
I'm a dog.
And I did look at a few more facts of his. These were a few other facts about just his life, not the crazy things that he used to do, but just about his life. He was very good with languages. He'd learnt Danish, Dutch, French, German, Gothic, Greek, Italian, Latin, Lombardic.
I can speak French.
Lombardic.
Watch this. What? Buongiorno.
Perfect.
Have another drink.
Middle and Old English, Old Norse, Norwegian, Russian, Serbian, Spanish, Swedish, Welsh, and medieval Welsh.
What the
He had a lot of time on his hands, apparently. But not all the time. He also fought in the Battle of the Somme. He fought in that great battle in World War I.
In the World War... Ooh. I'm going to go with yes. World War One.
Unfortunately, he did lose a lot of friends in the World War.
I just can't find him.
But
I
luckily,
don't know where I put him.
luckily for the fans of his writing, it did inspire quite a lot of his writing, including the War of the Rings and the Fall of Gondolin. So you can thank the World War for that.
Books.
For...
There was a lot of books after World War.
True, very true. He wrote this while in hospital.
That was a stupid statement. There were a lot of books after World War One, and now, and for most of time that we've been writing books.
Technically, you're right. Technically, we could say there's been a lot of books written since the last podcast. So we are a milestone. We are a milestone.
Are we?
Sure, why not?
We do things.
He wrote these while he was in hospital recovering from his diseases due to the war as well. So it did have a very big impact on his writing.
All my diseases.
I got all my diseases from the trenches.
I just collect them.
He also may have had a personal grudge against the Beatles.
Not the band, but the Beatles in the trenches and stuff.
He would squish them.
With
no,
his
no,
penis.
no.
Ah.
That's a different story for another time.
No, let's do it now.
Edith, his wife, who didn't crush Beatles with her penis.
That we know of.
Hmm.
I've got no evidence otherwise.
She required a lot of peace and quiet through doctor's orders, so they moved. Unfortunately, they moved close to a house where an aspiring band lived.
And they just love the Beatles.
He wrote in 1964, "In a house 3 doors away dwells a member of a group of young men who are evidently aiming to turn themselves into a Beatle group. On days when it falls to his turn to have a practice session, the noise is indescribable."
The absolute liberty.
They are quite good, though. I've bought 3 albums.
Shut up! I'm trying to write books about elves and shit.
Hobbits.
You bastards.
Shut up, you little hobbits. I wonder if they... He was also quite a bad driver. He destroyed a wall at an intersection. I'm assuming he just carried on. Fuck you all! He took out a wall and he said he ignored most of the cars on the road and just shouted, "Charge 'em and they scatter!"
Jesus. He's fucking Gandalf. Awesome!
He eventually did stop driving, though. Luckily for everyone else on the road.
Well,
Not-
in that
He
in
just
that
stopped.
event. He just finally stopped driving. Jesus Christ!
He stopped at that wall, got out, and said, "Oh, that'll do me."
I'm done with driving. That was fun.
But it wasn't due to his bad driving. It was actually due to the environmental effect it was having on the world.
Oh.
So, a win-win for everyone there. I assume. Win-win. Well, with that, let's move on to my final, but not worst.
The finale.
Actually, that is a perfect accent because it is.
Oh, oui.
It is today I learned about the French rat trial. What are you thinking for this one?
So some rats broke into a kitchen, started cooking, inventing recipes.
Took control of a human and served a nice ratatouille to someone.
Oh, copyright.
I mean,
And served a nice ratatouille.
Sure, let's move on. Anyway, in France they had a massive. They
Sorry.
had a.
It is your pasta.
It is your bastard.
Fucking scrub. I don't know why I went Joe.
I don't. They're close. France had a massive rat problem in the 1500s. They would be eating crops and could be seen committing crimes. There wasn't any specification on what crimes, but I assume it's comical.
Watch me jaywalk across this road. There's nothing they can do about it.
Try to stop me now, copper. I'm in the Donald Schwarzenegger.
Copper.
Their numbers
What
were...
are you gonna do about it? Oh, yeah, I can't help it. Arnie comes into just everything. California.
1500s.
Wow.
Got me a rat. Committing crimes. Their numbers were ever growing as well, so they were becoming a massive problem. And citizens and religious leaders saw certain vermin as mini incarnations of the devil or animated by the devil, possessed.
Just to be clear, we're still talking about the rats.
The rats.
The rats.
The rats. One Pope, Leo XIII, even came up with a formula for an exorcism of animals and even took the steps of officially cursing the creatures.
I go outside with the ammo.
It is very effective.
That's the rats.
You
You
see?
rat! I curse you.
As you can see, the red of the devil
Success.
is dripping from his devilish
As
body.
you can see, my curse is a complete success.
They also added a new word, which was invented so that people could be properly prosecuted. It was called zoolatry, and it was the worship of animals. So people could be properly prosecuted. I assume if they were nice to
Oh, I
animals...
suppose this was quite a long time ago, wasn't it? When
This was
people
in the 1500s, where-
thought about weird things constantly.
Witches, dragons,
Vampires.
rats. They weren't real.
Squid
They weren't real.
monsters.
Everyone was just really high. What, dude? What's that little thing over there? It is the devil.
He took my crops.
Devil.
Only the devil would take my crops. Why that? Where am I from?
Because of this, animals would be burned, buried alive, and even put on the rack and decapitated for some crimes. It never really goes into what crimes, but it seems pretty extreme to do this.
They were loitering
So,
in my crops.
Autumn, or
Autumn?
Autumn, in France, in the
Autumn.
1508, decided enough was enough. Their plan was to hand a citation to the rats to appear before Le Tribunal Ecclésiastique
Perfect.
d'Automne.
Mwah.
Perfect. Perfect. They were charged with eating and destroying barley crops of local farmers. Not sure what the punishment would have been, but probably death. Seeing as what they were doing.
We have decided to punish you with some cheese.
So
Put it on this little block here.
they did have a defendant.
Nibble, nibble.
They did have a defendant called Bartholomew de Chazanou. French names are very hard. I apologize. Me too.
Copyright.
He was also known by many names. You can Google them yourself. He headed up the case and was the first ever animal lawyer. The first ever.
No, not really. It's a thing. Really, no.
It's on my business card, as you can see
See,
here
I printed it.
on my hand.
It says right here. Rap
Oh.
lawyer.
Oh, sorry, that says Eminal. Let me just get my pen.
Just kidding. I don't have a pen.
Please hire
I'm
me.
so poor.
I'll lose the case, but please hire me.
Please help.
I'll be there.
My kids
Actually-
are just stumps now.
Actually, I think he was a very successful lawyer. On the first day,
I'm insane, really successful.
on the first day,
totally sane.
on the first day of the trial, the rats surprisingly failed to appear. To everyone's surprise.
Absolute bitches.
Chazanu pointed out to the court that the summons was invalid anyway because his clients
Because
were...
rats can't read.
You would think that.
Oh wait, sorry, no, sorry. This is the 1500s. Of course, cats, rats, dogs
mean,
they can
sure.
all read.
Animals. Animal lawyer.
Aminal lawyer.
He said that his clients were not pack animals intended to live alone. Each one of his clients had to be served with a summons individually. So they come up with a plan. They posted the summons.
I do not know where they live. Do you know where they live?
Well, apparently they thought they lived near churches because
No, they live in these tiny little doors.
Which
tiny little door in your house.
which
I've gone Dutch. Sure, why not? Little tiny door.
which doesn't make sense to me why they would be around churches if they're mini incarnations of the devil. Get your facts right. Thank you very much. The summons were posted on churches of all neighbouring towns, but again, to everyone's surprise, the rats didn't show up. Yet again, how inconsiderate.
Sir, I've been investigating. I don't think the rats can read. I don't think they can even form much like myself.
Apparently.
Apparently.
I'm having stroke.
This is very hard.
So Chazanu then argued that the road to the court was filled with danger, such as cats, dogs, and
rats.
hostile people.
There they go! Quick, get them!
This is a law even today. If a defendant can't make it to court due to their lives being at risk, they can be
Then we
excused
put
from
out a little
obeying the
bit of
citation.
cheese for them.
They usually come.
They always come. Arnold again.
And all good news that ends good. They were never charged.
All's well that ends
They
well.
were never charged, and the rats carried on their tyrannical reign,
Committing crimes, being a general nuisance,
stealing from old women. Precisely.
stealing old women's cheese. How is that they always pick on the old?
And now that we've talked about the Judaic
Burger.
system, the Judaic system,
The burger.
Yes.
Dana Carvey had a good joke about that years ago. You can't say the judicial system without sounding drunk.
judicial.
It's
No, you can't actually. The judicial system.
No.
I'm part of the judicial system. Jail.
Judicial system. You are making a mockery of the judicial system.
It's about time. It's about time we test our detective skills with 3 real, 3 fake. Let's get into it.
Right now.
Traditional system.
Three real and 3 fake.
All right, Howard, welcome to 3 Real, 3 Fake, the part of the podcast where we try and detect false headlines. I have 3 real, 3 fake, as the title says.
I am ready.
Let's jump into it. So this is your first
Okay.
My legs!
Why did I go legs first? This is concrete.
So this is the first one. Manchester Pitbull found in Cardiff sewer system after 3 years of being deemed dead.
Why? What?
Is this real or is this fake?
I've got no reason to think it would be fake. It sounds real.
Real? Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just chilling down in the
Just
sewer.
chilling in the sewer. It's been there for 3 years.
I can believe that.
Met the Teenage Mutant
I can
Ninja
believe
Turtles.
that.
All right.
But then that is the point of the game.
The second one is woman who married 300-year-old pirate ghost needed exorcism after violent breakup.
Give me. Wait. That's always good. That's. Is it that the claim is true? Because I can just say false. Because I know it's false.
Well,
but is it that she claimed this? Because if she claimed it, absolutely
the story's
100% true.
If the story's true.
Well, of course it's going to be fake. There's no such thing as a 600-year-old. 300 years. Sorry, Mr. Beard. Yeah, it's fake because there's Ghost Pirate.
So you say that one's fake?
Yeah.
Okay. My next one is Bishop plans to spray holy water from a helicopter to exorcise the evil from his city.
That's true.
That one's true. Okay. So your next one is bat hidden in iPad case bites pensioner's finger, leaving him with rabies.
How? False.
False? Okay. Your next one is man arrested for smuggling 0.0034 grams of cannabis over German border in the sole of his shoe.
True.
That one's true. Okay. And your very last one is Texas cinema temporarily closed after escaped rhino crashes through wall, destroying screen.
I've done 3 trues, haven't I? I'm going to have to say false.
False? Okay. So,
Right then.
let's see what you got right.
All of them.
Woman who married 300-year-old ghost? Real.
Well, no, it's not.
The story is.
No.
The story is real.
It's true that she claimed that, but that story is not
real.
No, the story
It's
is not
real.
real. The story is not real.
It's real.
It is a work of fiction. You ass.
You'll see. You'll see.
No, I won't. No, I won't. Because it's false. You dick. No. Just no.
The Manchester Pitbull coming back after 3 years. That one was fake. That one was not real. He was not in the sewers.
I really wanted like a really spunky little
Pitbull.
cool Pitbull story.
The bishop plans to spray holy water over his city. Real.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
That one's real.
Oh yeah.
Yep. The man arrested for smuggling 0.0034 grams of cannabis over the German border. Fake.
Oh, I assume that was true because there was
But that one could be real.
there was a guy, if I remember rightly, is it in Taiwan where it's one of the it was an Asian country where it's an East Asian country where it's completely like the
Illegal.
worst thing in the world for like even like the smallest amount of weed, and someone literally had stepped on some weed. It had got trapped in the tracks of their shoe, and they got arrested for that.
That was actually my
So that's why
inspiration for this story,
Oh, okay.
but it was fake.
I remember that because I remember reading it and just being like, Jesus, just what the fuck?
I actually remember you telling me that, was the inspiration.
That's why I should have said it was fake.
Shouldn't tell me things, Eric. The bat hidden in the iPad case? Real.
What? Did you say something about it was an old man?
Pensioner.
All right, a bit more believable. I was gonna say because I'm sorry, you don't just misplace a bat in your phone
You'll find it.
unless you're Batman.
So then you did get the last one right.
It was Batman.
Okay, we need to shut the podcast down. He's figured it out. He's figured it out. The Texas cinema was fake. The
Oh,
rhino
good, I
did
got
not
that- I
go
got
through
that
the
one right.
through the screen. So you got 1, 2. Oh no, you didn't get that one. You didn't get that one. Oh, you got you got 1 right.
Wait, no, I got 2 right.
Oh, did you get 2 right? Which one? Which other one?
Or
you
did I get one right? I got the priest spraying people with his magic water.
You got 2 right then. Sorry. Yes, you
Yeah.
did. Yes, you did. All right. So let's get into this 300-year-old pirate. I'm gonna have to blast through this.
The false, the totally false,
The real.
fake. No,
The real.
No.
They're 100% real.
You're going to have to amend that because it's... No.
The 40-year-old Amanda Teague of Downpatrick, Northern
Of
Ireland.
Bullshit Lane.
She was a Jack Sparrow impersonator, and the picture.
And you're trying to tell me this fucking story's true?
the picture of the article. She did a good job. She did a good job. In 2016, she claimed to have married a Haitian pirate called Jack.
There you go, and that's where you claimed. Claimed. That doesn't mean it's true. Alex, I've got a magic cat. He talks and smokes weed and watches and commentates on movies, but not when you're there.
Damn it.
Completely true.
I miss it every time.
100% true.
Basically, this guy died in the 1700s after being executed for
Like a
thieving on the high seas.
Bitch.
Now she is warning people about casually dabbling in spirituality. She said, after 2 weeks of marriage, I started to get health problems.
Put the crystals down!
After 2 weeks
Step
of marriage,
away from the Ouija board!
I started to get a recurrent abscesses. Perineal?
That's a word?
It does say perianal. Perianal abscesses.
You can't say that. Can't say that on the radio.
And I was
That's where
suffering
we are,
from
aren't
cirrhosis. I was suffering
Cirrhosis
from
of the... Just in general. Just of the body.
About 4 or 5 months in.
Just falling apart. Don't mind me.
About 4 or 5 months in, when things started to go really downhill, I went back to some of the people
where it's
that
going
had
downhill.
communicated with Jack. I know the symptoms of possession, and part of it is ill health.
I know because my butthole's possessed.
She was assured by the people she went. She was assured. I'm assuming by the people she went to see that Jack was a lovely spirit. But then once,
Not sure there, there's a spirit there. Just keep paying me the body.
but once her dog Toby died, she noticed more red flags. She said, "I knew his passing was imminent, and
Because I hit him with a shovel.
and
No, Toby, no!
oh no,
How could this have happened?
I saw this coming."
With my own 2 eyes and hands.
She said she asked Jack to keep him until it was my time, so we'd all be together. But Toby wouldn't go to Jack. He was incredibly aggressive and wouldn't go near him.
Well, it's her ghost dog.
No, the real dog.
I thought he died.
I'm assuming it was when he was alive.
Well, he would never go near Jack because Jack didn't exist.
In the end, he had to go to my mother.
Fucking
because
charade.
In the end, he had to go to my mother because he didn't want to be near him. Animals are quite intuitive about people, so this was a big red flag to me.
Yes, people. He's total people. Yes, no. He's definitely a people, and not a figment of my imagination because I am insane. And this story is fake.
Then her health got even worse. She said I
Like
was
a
getting abscesses during all the time after Jack.
During
and I
all the
were-
time?
During recurring, sorry, recurring. I apologize. I was getting abscesses recurring all the time after Jack and I would have any sexual relationship. I never had these before I was with Jack.
The ghost wiener.
So she cut off sex with Jack.
And his ghost penis.
And she said once I stopped having sexual contact with Jack, the abscesses started to improve. And I'd say that
What?
was literally
They
the
just
best 3
they
weeks.
just got better and bigger.
Well, she said, delicious. And as I'd say,
Did I tell you about my ghost boyfriend? He's a pirate! That's totally real. Hooey!
and I'd say that was literally the best 3 weeks I'd had since we got married.
Oh, what? She married the ghost pirate?
Yeah, she married it. Yeah.
Where?
Yes.
Did we already cover that? How did I miss that?
Yes.
I suppose the whole thing is
It
full
was,
of shit.
It was the third bullet point heard in 2016. She claimed to have married Haitian
Well,
pirate.
I'm so sorry for maybe...
You should be. You should pay this woman more respect.
Fuck this woman.
They went to a friend's wedding to a spiritual partner. There was no further details of this. They just went to a wedding for like someone and their spiritual partner. they apparently had sex, and the abscesses came back with a vengeance.
Keyword being apparently. Apparently, Mary over there is having sex.
She was rushed to the hospital for surgery as she
Was her name Mary?
developed a sepsis.
I've forgotten her name already because this is so fake.
So have I. Amanda T.
I'm going to call her Mary.
Mary had a little ghost.
And Jack was his name.
She said, I almost died and I was in hospital for a week.
I almost went to meet Jack.
I had to take my wedding ring off when I went into surgery.
Because it's a ghost wedding ring.
That must have cut the energy link between us because I felt
Not sure
totally
that's what
different.
it is.
Because I felt totally different after the operation. Sure, the ring coming off was what did it. It wasn't the operation on your body.
I felt completely different after my lobotomy.
The doctor had nothing to do with it. It was me taking my ring off. I reconnected with my own spiritual team, and I really saw a pattern about my health. I really saw alarm bells. He had obviously
all hands. Oh.
he had obviously been blocking communication with my spiritual team, so I could see very, very clearly that he had been stealing my energy.
Bastard! He's stealing my aura. Get him!
My areola, aura.
Get him, ghost friends! Where have you all gone? Oh, I'm so alone.
With
I
my
wish
dead dog
I
that
wish
I killed.
Toby were here, but I killed him with a spoon.
Poor Toby. He didn't see it coming, but I did.
He's with Jack now.
Fuck. A friend had warned her that she may have been possessed and that she should talk to Jack about it.
I think maybe you're just a incy-wincy little bit possessed.
But when she says she confronted him, she claimed he threatened to kill her if she attempted to break off their spiritual union.
I have a spoon.
So she had an exorcism. And now her health has drastically improved.
Of course it has.
She has also written a book about the experience called The New Attitude.
Called The Big Book of Total Things That Really Happened. Wow.
And she's also sworn off all spiritual work. She says, I've quit it all because I'm terrified. Good for you, Amanda. More power to you, girl.
Amanda. No.
It's time to stop. Well, let's move on to the second exorcism. The bishop planning to spray the city to get rid of the evil.
They haven't made a movie about this yet, have they?
Not yet, so, you know.
Well, we'll cut this bit out. That's money.
Yeah. So this is a Roman Catholic bishop, Monsignor Ruben Dario Jaramillo Montoya. I think
I'm
got
gonna
that
call him Steve.
So Steve is
There
concerned with the violence in Colombian port city of Buenaventura. Buenaventura, Bristol. There have been 51 murders in the city this year, mainly drug-related. The final straw seems to have been a 10-year-old, Diana...
Snorting coke with a straw. This is absolutely the final straw.
Stop punching my hoover.
I will not.
Don't make me spray you with holy water, you demon.
Threaten me with a good time.
So it was Diana Tatiana Rodriguez, who was found tortured to death by her uncle. He has been arrested, however, luckily. He shall rot, hopefully. The bishop said in Buenaventura, we have to get rid of the devil to see if we can return the tranquility that the city has lost with so many crimes.
Luckily, he's just a little rat. Should be easy enough to catch.
Acts of corruption and so much evil and drug trafficking.
It's the rats.
It will be a great public demonstration for the entire community where we will pour holy water to see if so many bad things end and the devil goes out of here.
I saw it in this movie once. I think it was called Blade. Spray them with the holy water and they'll melt.
And it's not just him walking around with like just a empty sieve.
I think you're going to sound like
bottle.
a super soaker.
I mean,
Demons! No witnesses!
I'm on a 24 kill streak.
Reload!
I'm the Pope.
Look at my Pope hat!
He actually wants to borrow a Colombian naval helicopter and spray water from it that's been blessed by a priest.
Me, specifically. Weed in it!
It is I. I have coughed in this many a time.
Oh, I keep doing all these. We're talking about a Pope.
Colombia.
We should be doing a Pope voice.
It's Colombia. Colombian
Fuck
Pope.
Colombia. Oh, I can't. Can you do Colombian?
Colombian.
Oh, isn't that like? Oh shit.
Oh, he's not a pope. He's a bishop.
Oh, this story got a whole lot less interesting.
He wants to do this on the Fiesta de San Buenaventura, the holy day of the city's patron saint. This is on July 14th. So he's done it already. So I guess go and see how well.
Just missed him.
Yeah, I guess you go and see how well it worked.
I really hope there's video evidence.
There may
of
be.
it.
That's for you guys to look into. Have fun with that one.
Yeah.
Talking about fun, let's talk about the bat hidden in the iPad case.
Yay! Yay!
This is a story of 86-year-old Roy Sivertson. Sivertson. I did write these notes so long ago. I do apologise.
No, you don't.
From New Hampshire. The bat was wedged between the iPad and the case, which doesn't like. What?
How the hell did I get here?
He said that it felt like a bee sting when it eventually bit down on him. Actually, wouldn't it feel like two bee stings?
Imagine my surprise when it wasn't a bee.
Imagine my surprise when it was a what, rather?
When it was a rabbit bat. Jesus Christ!
It was a man. It was a man bat.
Some kind of man bat.
He said that he did put the bat outside after finding him, so he didn't just like crush it to death with the iPad.
And that was his first mistake. It would return for its vengeance.
But unfortunately, he went to check on it in the morning and found that it was dead.
Oh.
So he said, "Then I knew I might have a problem."
No, I'm what, is it cursed?
Well, concerned the bat might be infected with rabies, instead of calling the
He immediately started foaming at the mouth.
and bit his wife. Come here, Julie.
I love you.
He called the New Hampshire Department of Fish and Game. He didn't call the medical services. He was just like, I had a bat.
What kind of tackle do I need to catch a bat?
It's kind of dead, so it's kind of boring.
I need to create some kind of serum.
I don't think it's going for the maggots I've put on the end.
But clearly I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's growing its own maggots. They told him what any sane person would have told him, and to get checked at the hospital.
Get the fuck out of here! What the fuck? Go!
They did find out that the bat was rabid, and he lastly said it will remain a mystery. And my joke of he probably knew my password won't last forever. That won't be funny for a long time.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
But then again, I'm a basic bitch.
Those were pretty good stories.
They're pretty cool.
So, with that, let's move on to Today I Fucked Up.
Yes.
Today I fucked up.
Hello, Howard, and welcome to the final section of the podcast. Are you ready? This is Today I Fucked
Who
Up.
are you? Where am I?
Oh god, it's the guy who got bitten by the bat. Get out of here, man!
Have I got rabies?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Ow! That was my leg!
For fuck's sake.
Thank you.
I'll see myself out. Well, I hope we've given you all the gift of laughter because we're about to talk about today I fucked up by not opening a gift.
So it's like it was a lottery ticket. Lottery ticket.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So this actually happened some time ago, but thinking about it, it is still quite painful. I was in uni and made friends with this really cute girl in my senior year at an event. We got on well and I was really thinking about asking her out. He was thinking about her and asking her out at the same time. Multitasking legend. But since this happened quite close to graduation and she might be going back to her home country, I decided to keep it all inside and not doing anything. I thought that asking her to stay just 3 months after us knowing each other is too big of a favour to ask, so I kept it strictly friends between us so that our farewell would not be too painful. That is a bit of a weird request after 3 months.
Yeah.
3 years. Give me 3 years.
You
Stay
weirdo.
free, you. In the graduation, she decided to give me a gift of homemade chocolate in a very nice box that she made herself.
At least she said it was chocolate.
It was just fucking an awful box. It
She
barely
took
opened.
a pull in the box and gave it to me. Said it was chocolate.
Just what I wanted.
I'm so weird.
It was all a blur, but I kind of recalled her asking me to open it at home and let her know what I think. Well, I didn't.
Oh, it's a pull in the box.
Well, it was a very emotional moment for me, and it is kind of her farewell gift to me. So, the idiot that I am decided not to open it and kept it in the fridge.
Okay.
It was a very nice box that she made herself, too. So that is another reason to put it in the fridge.
Everyone knows that boxes just fall apart in oxygen.
We met again
keep 'em
after a few
cold.
days. So they met again after a few days. After their farewell party, after her farewell party, it was just her. It was just her at the farewell party saying goodbye to
Mommy!
herself.
I'm gonna miss you, me.
I'll see you in the other country, me. She just doesn't look at a mirror the whole time there.
We should get lunch.
There was some emotional moment, but I was prepared and considered that was it.
Well, bye.
The box stayed in my fridge for, I don't know how long, maybe 1.5, 2 years. She went home and, Jesus Christ, you leave it in there for 2 years. My God.
Bloody hell.
How much shit have you got
I
in
do
your
not
fridge?
want to see your fridge.
Neither do I. It was
Actually-
right next to the mould.
Show me your fridge. This might need to be an intervention.
I love it. She went home and after a year dated somebody else and got married. Oh, she got married?
Yay.
And, I mean, yeah, good for her, but like...
What a bitch!
And I also met somebody else. One day I was cleaning the fridge. So you've met somebody else and you started dating somebody else and you still didn't open this chocolate bar.
Hey, you want this really old chocolate? I love you.
Who's it from? Nobody.
My mother.
What's that? Oh, you got a light
I was just playing with it. Sorry.
Yeah, so this guy said he also met somebody else. One day I was cleaning the fridge after 2 years and saw the box again and decided that maybe it was time to throw it away. Chocolate was probably gone bad.
You know, maybe it's time I
Ate this chocolate.
Nah, I'll leave it there for another week. It'll be fine.
But curiously, I still decided to open it, and my heart shrunk. Shouldn't it be sunk? My heart
My
shrunk
heart shrunk 5 times that day.
when I became the Grinch.
Then I died because that's biologically a problem. Well, shit.
And now I'm writing this from my grave.
And that's how I fucked up by not opening that present.
Sure.
True story.
I saw a 4-page note from her. She basically poured her heart out and said how much feeling she had for me. And wondering if something could have happened between us.
That's what you get.
That's what you get
What
for
you get.
leaving the chocolate in the fridge for so long. Jesus.
Who doesn't just immediately eat that chocolate? That guy really was weird. It's a good job. You should Good job you left. You really shouldn't have given him that chocolate.
Yeah. I just felt so bad afterwards, but decided to keep it to
The
myself.
chocolate had completely gone off.
I ate it anyway.
And there was this stupid fucking letter too.
I ate that as well. I probably look like an asshole for how I acted when I last saw her, but she seems very much happy now, and so am I. In the hospital after eating years old.
Also, she poisoned it.
Stupid bitch. That was quite a nice one, actually. That was
wholesome.
That was an emotional roller coaster. My next one for you is today I fucked up by stealing a Christmas tree.
It was covered in fox piss.
This happened a couple of years ago in college.
Wait, is this just like a full circle? Or are we just going back to the...
This happened a couple of years ago in college in
Don't tell me the
Nebraska.
same story again!
A roommate, his girlfriend, and I were renting a small house just off campus. And it was getting close to Christmas time, and we wanted a Christmas tree. Being poor college kids, we didn't want to pay someone for a tree, and came up with the bright idea to just go on campus and cut down a tree illegally. That looks somewhat Christmas tree shaped.
I got a good idea.
For those that don't know, some cities and campuses got tired of having their trees cut down illegally around Christmas time and started treating their trees with fox urine.
You asshole, that was my Christmas tree. You just came into my house and cut it down. Give it back.
Get away from my fox piss. It
Now
brings
you got it all over the trees.
He said, they advertised this program, of course, to deter theft. But that didn't stop us.
It's not going to stop me from getting me a fox piss tree.
When we cut down the tree, we didn't notice anything was wrong. That changed fast once we brought it indoors.
This is the same story.
It is the same story. It's full circle, baby. After we propped the tree up inside the house, a few minutes later I noticed a strange smell, and as I tried to find the source, it got worse and worse.
Was me.
I'd pissed myself.
And I'm a fox. I'm a fox that stole a tree. Pissed everywhere.
It didn't just smell like pee, it smelled like the nastiest animal BO you could ever imagine. Zoo stink on steroids mixed with ammonified cat piss. And very, very musky.
I know the smell of ammonified cat piss. I can tell it anywhere.
Let me just get my jar. I was gagging by the time I came to the tree and saw liquid literally dripping from the branches. Oh, so they did do the branches as well. As the urine thawed, I screamed and got my roommate's attention, and we quickly shoved it out of the house.
This tree is peeing! Get out of the house!
Then push it to the bathroom. Now do your business in there.
In the toilet!
But it was too late. The air vents were spreading it all throughout the house.
Awesome!
And I swore it was still getting stronger. After a few minutes, it was hard to even breathe in there. My roommate's girlfriend, who was taking a nap,
Died.
woke up and...
She never woke up.
She woke up and literally died. No, she threw up from the smell. Oh, God.
In her sleep.
She threw up from the smell and died. We ended up leaving the house and asking to stay at a friend's place, but we stunk so bad that he wouldn't let us in. We ended up having to stay at a motel for the night.
Slept under a bridge.
With the tree.
Oh, the Chateau Bridge.
And desperately called the cleaning company to get a deep clean of the house, which made things worse. Because
They just sprayed the whole place with fox piss. It was the landscaping team. Got him!
Because they, of course, knew what happened as soon as they arrived and noticed. And the police came, who brought charges against me and my roommate after questioning us. Oh, they didn't charge the girlfriend, just those two.
Just the accomplices.
She got away with just throwing up.
Got away with tree murder.
Oh my God. So after, oh my God, they questioned them. We avoided jail time or anything serious, but as if it was some kind of cruel joke, we got sentenced to house arrest in a house that stunk to high hell, and our community service was having to help apply the fox urine to the trees next year.
So we smell like it forever.
Seriously, I have no idea what was on that tree, but it couldn't have just been urine. it was the worst smell I'd ever experienced. And we know exactly what it was.
It was me.
I pissed up the tree, and now it's yours. Congratulations. All
I
right.
love you.
I think we've got time for one more. We are going to have to leave 2 stories, unfortunately, because we have done a lot more this time.
We've done well.
So I'll give you the option, Howard. We've got today I fucked up by masturbating high at work.
That can't happen.
Today I fucked up by breaking my dad's dog's heart.
I don't want to know that one. That sounds sad.
And last but not least, today I fucked up by holding hands with a girl I just met.
Masturbation or hand holding? Masturbation or hand holding?
Technically, masturbation is both. You're holding something with your hands.
I don't think my penis can hold. Oh. Of course it can. Let's go.
It can hold a good conversation.
Let's go with this. Let's go for the low hanging fruit. Let's go for the masturbation.
Nice. Okay.
My favorite kind of low hanging fruit.
Masturbation. Oh man. So this happened last Thursday. This didn't happen last Thursday. But I'm still very terrified at the thought of this ever getting out. So I'll post it on the internet.
Because I'm an idiot.
I'm married and work at a fabrication plant in the offices. I get moderately high at work a few times a week.
Yeah, sure.
Like a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's a lot of people do that here. Not a smart thing to do, I will admit that.
You don't get high at work? oh, shit.
What do you mean, dude?
He's not going to smoke itself, dude.
This is work? He says, this is not a smart thing to do, I will admit that. But I won't go into too much detail other than I do it a lot. Or other than I do a lot of data entry.
So I won't go into too much detail, but I'll give you all the detail. I do it a lot.
I do it a lot.
Need more?
He said he does a lot of data entry, which is very monotonous. So
I put that data in all kinds of holes.
My handhold, mostly.
I know what I'm doing totally.
Got to work at... he gets to work at 7. No wonder he smokes. He got to work at 7, get some tickets and emails out, and hit my vape pen with a THC cartridge at about 8.
Yeah,
so he does about an hour of work before he gets high. I mean, at 9, which is...
I've done a good hour. I think I deserve a treat.
I've made myself a drink.
Whoops, that's not a drink. Phil.
That's my hand.
Now I'm masturbating.
God damn, not again.
Didn't even notice.
I'm too high for this. At 9, which is break time, I'm roughly at about 4.
Break time was masturbating time.
Wait, what? 9 o'clock is break time? I'm roughly at about 4.
He's done 2 hours of work and he's high for half of it. No, it's about break time. I got the munchies. I should probably masturbate. Get it over and done with.
So he says, coffee gave me the bubble gut, so I head to the shitter upstairs. Instead of the nearest one to me, I had no idea how good of a decision this was until later. I do this because there is a higher ratio of female employees upstairs, so I don't have to wait for a stall.
I want them all to hear me.
So yeah, he said that he doesn't have to wait for... I don't have to wait for a stall as much as the crowded one on the ground floor. So he goes in. No one is in there, so I'm thinking, hell yeah, I'll drop these turds and maybe rub one out if I can.
At the same time,
this is also nothing new, as I have jerked it plenty of times at work. That's not me saying that, by the way. This is the guy.
It is. I can't differentiate.
So
oh
the
my
bowels...
god, this little bitch.
So
can't get through 2 hours of work without a smoke. And then it's break time, and it's been half an hour. Might as well go take a giant shit while having a tug. What a little bitch.
So the bowels are empty, and I'm on X videos. Midway through a Sunny Lane doggy scene, and getting close... Due to the fact that these stalls are narrower than the ones downstairs, my leg starts to cramp. Instead of finishing it...
This is just the worst.
Instead of finishing in a handful of TP, I decided I'll stand up, turn back, and blast my seed into the toilet, dude.
All over the wall. Oh, yeah.
I made a hole in the wall, and then it went right into the women's bathroom. Pretty sure that's illegal.
Yay!
I stand up quickly to execute my plan. Start to come, and everything goes black. Oh, I come out.
Apparently, he fell backwards, hit his head off the stall, and then just creamed all over his face just as someone was walking through the door. Have I got it right? You like my story better, don't you?
Yeah, the janitor just comes on and he goes, "Why didn't you share that jelly
Just
donut
'cause
with me, dude?"
Oh,
My turn.
it's Christmas.
Oh, I came out of a foggy blackout world and
gonna
I'm
eat
laying
that?
on my side. One of the stoner maintenance guys is shaking me loudly, whispering, "Hey, dude, why is everyone a
You got
stoner
cum
at
on
this
your
work?"
face.
Can I join?
I'm just gonna.
Oh, no. Okay. What? Wake the fuck up. Hurry, man. Come on. I have no idea what was happening, but my phone is beside me, still displaying the now stopped video. He goes, "Look, man, put your dick in your pants. Break's been over for a couple of minutes. Someone will be here any time. Hurry the fuck
Someone
up."
will be here any moment. Like, you know,
Me.
Don't get that cum off your face.
I'm still very dulled, but quickly get penis in pants, and my stomach.
Words
feels
are hard
sick.
now because
He gets his...
penis going past.
Christ, I'm getting fired. He says,
Christ,
"Look."
this is hot.
He says, "Jesus, what are you doing here?" He says,
Porno
"Look."
writes itself.
He says, "Look, I'm not judging. I won't say shit, but if someone else had found you, you'd be in serious shit." Apparently, when I...
But I did take pictures.
You want some? I post them on my Facebook.
But no, I won't say anything.
Apparently, when I stood up, the drop in BP, coupled with the THC and endorphins from Climax, gave me an instant KO.
I immediately hit the floor
He's...
and came again. And that's when I knew I'd really fucked up.
My hand was through the wall. I don't know what was happening.
Hand was through the wall, the other one's on my dick. Face is firmly planted in the sink. I don't know what to do.
I'm touching lips with this maintenance man. He says, fix yourself up, man. I gotta go back to the floor."
Show up.
This one says so weird. He says, "Fix yourself, man. I gotta go back to the floor."
I haven't come yet.
It's my turn, get out. He unlocks the door, to which I say, what? To which I say, WHYD, you lock the door. He goes,
Why is that hell? What?
What?
Oh. Would you like the door?
He hasn't put speech marks, so it's very confusing. He says,
Guy
well-
sounds like a bit of a fucking. Excuse me.
He goes, he says, "Well, I walked in and half of you is laid out under the stall, dick out, and
The
phone on the floor with porn."
The other half is sprayed up this mirror. There's like 10 kids there.
Oh. I need a job like you. I need a job like you do. So I tried to help. And hoping you weren't dead or something. That would have been a good nut, dude.
I saw that you were just lying there looking so beautiful. I was really hoping you weren't dead.
I came over and gave you a little kiss.
Little kisses.
I thank him a lot, and I'm about to cry. He laughs a little.
It says, "Don't make it weird, bro."
Don't make me weird, bro. Now pull your pants up.
Now stop. Get your hand off my dick.
He says, "It's cool, man. Don't worry. I won't say shit. But for real, do you know where I can get some flour? I've seen you vaping."
I'm making pancakes.
"I've seen you vaping, but they hurt my chest." I say, "Yeah, I'll holler at you after work."
Oh, flowers in like flowers. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like some. I thought he was going to spunk and make pancakes on the sink. I don't know. I thought you meant like flour, not flowers. If you'd have said flowers, I might have gone, okay. Tell me where to get some flowers. It means weed, you dildo.
I was just letting you go on, you little man. He leaves. I have a red mark on my face from laying on the floor and red eyes. Go back to my office, put drops in, and nervously try to shake this whole thing off, which is pretty much impossible. By 3 p.m., I do it all again. I've calmed down.
Break time.
It's
been about 10 minutes.
It's 10 o'clock. Time for my next session.
Jeez, I am on fire today.
I've calmed down, but scared that this person, while hopeful, may very well have taken pictures of my extremely exposed situation. I talked to him in the parking lot where we laugh about it. Mine is forced. Tell him I'll
His is a
find...
deep guttural just...
He always just ends his laugh with like an orgasm.
But yeah, no, I totally didn't take pictures of you.
I just came to pictures of you, dude. Tell him I'll find him some flour, and we part ways. I do not tell my wife, as she will undoubtedly be mega pissed that some other man has my nudes. She doesn't have a problem with my MJ, generally.
She doesn't have a problem with me masturbating in public spaces. It's fine.
I do it all the time. I pass out in multiple places.
And that's why Weason live.
Would you like to see my collection of pictures?
Would you like to step into my office? It's a bathroom stall. And I'm going to get my dick out.
Just as a fair warning,
Hi.
you've got 5 seconds before I start.
Sorry, I didn't introduce myself properly. My name's Louis C.K. This is the secret diary of Louis C.K., isn't it?
Holy shit.
Oh.
But doing it at work, jerking off in a stall, and blacking out will be a bad fucking deal. As I previously stated, I'm still on edge when I think about the very real possibility of this coming back to bite me.
And when I say edge, I mean the edge.
Of my seat.
Of McCummon.
Oh, got him. Right in the eye.
Oh. Please don't go to HR.
Even after being insanely lucky, fuck my life.
And
Jesus, that was a
wank
roller
my
coaster.
dick. Please, no one loves me.
So yeah, that leaves everyone with 2 stories. That leaves everyone with the today I fucked up by breaking my dog's heart.
We could go on, but it's so fucking hot in here, I might die.
Yes, and today I fucked up by holding hands with a girl I just met. We may get back to these stories at some point. We may have a special episode where we go back to all the shit that we've missed. Who knows? But thank you everyone for listening. All of the stuff will be in the description once we get all that shit sorted out.
Wait a few more episodes. We'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. Maybe next episode, maybe the episode after that. We'll see. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here again, Howard.
You're welcome.
For another episode. And
thank you.
you can follow us on Twitter at clueless.net. Oh, no, it's not clueless.net. It is just cluelessnet. My apologies. And we'll see you next episode.
That's a wrap.